I didn't know this was happening.
We are hearing terrible stories every day.
They broke my ribs and they kicked us out of their house.
The execution of 11 Christians.
This is a genocide.
We need protection from the world.
Allahu Akbar.
Around the world each day, 260 million Christians suffer for their faith, and the persecution is steadily getting worse. 2,983 Christians died for faith-related reasons last year. Nearly 9,500 churches were attacked. North Korea tops the Open Doors watch list of worst offending countries.
There are 60,000 Christians in labor camps for owning a Bible, and many of them die there.
The North Korean government doesn't just arrest you if you're found to be a Christian. They arrest your parents. They arrest your children. They want to completely wipe out even the idea of a different God than the Kim family.
In neighboring China, Christians say they face the worst persecution since Chairman Mao's Cultural Revolution. And high-tech surveillance, including facial recognition software, is part of the communist government's effort to limit Christian activities. Voice of the Martyrs radio host Todd Nettleton says Beijing's goal is to place 600 million active surveillance cameras around the country by the end of this year.
If you think about trying to deliver Bibles, or you think about trying to meet secretly, how are you going to do that when the government is literally watching everything you do?
Open Doors President David Curry agrees.
China is building what I think is a blueprint, a roadmap of persecution for other regimes around the world. And they're doing it with surveillance, with a social score that measures Christian behavior, attending church, taking your kids to Sunday school, as a negative thing.
Elsewhere, Islamic extremism is a major driver behind persecution of Christians, and it's not slowing down. In fact, Curry says it's intensifying, particularly in a region of Africa known as the Sahel. It's a sub-Saharan collection of countries from the west coast of Africa all the way to Eritrea on the east coast. Nigeria is the focal point, where the governor of Borno says Islamic terrorism has created nearly 60,000 widows and 60,000 orphans in that state alone, many of them Christians. Terrorists have abducted Christian schoolgirls, like Leah Sharabu. Kidnapped 2 years ago, she's now believed to have given birth to her Muslim captor's baby. Boko Haram and ISIS-affiliated groups are the main kidnappers and killers of Nigerian Christians.
They don't recognize borders. They want to set up a caliphate in Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and now in Burkina Faso. So they're looking to spread out from northern Nigeria.
And because of ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and other Islamic extremists, Christianity in Iraq and Syria is on the verge of disappearing. Prior to the fall of Saddam Hussein, nearly 1.5 million Christians called Iraq home, and more than 1 million lived in Syria prior to war there. Today, no more than 250,000 Christians live in each country. But as those numbers dwindle in Syria and Iraq, Christianity is expanding in Iran, maybe faster than anywhere in the world. Perhaps 1 million Muslims or more have come to Christ in the Islamic Republic. Many former Muslims have started underground house churches, like the one seen here, although their conversion comes at a high price. Heart for Iran director Mike Ansari.
They are arresting them. They are, marginalizing them. They are taking their stuff, confiscating their items, and they give them a chance to either go to jail or leave the country of Iran.
Ansari says he expects this persecution to intensify.
They have decided to follow Jesus, and they're saying that we have a story that needs to be told, and that is a story of transformation and hope.
And hopefully we understand these are our family members. These are our brothers and sisters. So if they're suffering, if there's something I can do to help, I want to do that.
At the urging of the United States, 27 nations have formed a new religious freedom alliance to combat worldwide persecution. But will it be enough? Nettleton, Curry, and others say it's time for the American church to wake up and make the suffering of global Christians a top priority. Gary Lane, CBN News.